Joe Gibbs has reportedly made his decision about Ty Gibbs' future after all the fuss over the past few weeks. At the Martinsville Speedway, Ty Gibbs bumped then-leader Brandon Jones out of the way and into the wall exiting Turn 1 on the penultimate lap of the third overtime. Whether it was intentional or unknowingly, what was the after effect on him? We will be discussing all of these, but before that, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to NASCAR Zone. Without any further ado, let's get started. After Jones waved the white flag, NASCAR displayed a caution for the accident, but the field remained stationary with Gibbs in the lead, allowing Gibbs to take the victory, his 6th of the season. Ty Gibbs understood that in order to win the Xfinity Series title, his teammate needed to win the last regular season event. At Martinsville Speedway, Gibbs won his 6th race of the season despite losing the lead after he spun Brandon Jones on the penultimate lap. For Joe Gibbs Racing, a pair of Toyotas would have qualified winner-take-all 4-driver championship finale at Phoenix Raceway if Gibbs had been content with finishing second. If that's the case, then why did he act that way? What's your thought? Do let us know in the comments down below. And also subscribe to our channel for further updates. For Gibbs, it all boiled down to being caught in the moment, with selfish acts leading to the incident, as he said at the Phoenix Convention Center. Gibbs, 20, whose grandfather is a NASCAR and NFL Hall of Famer and owner of one of NASCAR's major organizations, has had a terrible week leading up to his maiden national championship race. Because of his efforts to keep Jones from taking the checkered flag in Martinsville, the spectators there chanted "Thank you, Grandpa," as Gibbs celebrated his victory. Then, when asked about being NASCAR's newest villain, Gibbs compared himself to Jesus in an interview following the race. Gibbs expressed apologies for his remarks and said he hadn't intended for the statement to be delivered in that manner. He has been on an apology tour at JGR, with Jones, and with Toyota, which is livid that one of its cars was eliminated from title contention. As a result of Gibbs' move, the championship battle is down to Noah Gragson, Josh Berry, and Justin Allgaier in the Chevrolets of Junior Motorsports. Gibbs' opponents and drivers from other series have been criticizing him since Martinsville, and his older teammates at JGR have joined in. A carefree attitude characterizes him. Gragson remarked that he lives in Fantasyland. I genuinely don't know what he's thinking. The kind of environment where there are no real repercussions for your actions has to be very badass. But what did Joe Gibbs ultimately decide? And does he want to continue with Ty Gibbs in 2023? Let's dig deeper. But his grandfather emphasized that his grandson will face repercussions. On Thursday, Ty Gibbs indicated he was prepared to take whatever punishments were coming his way. Unless something has changed since Martinsville, Joe Gibbs will name him the replacement for Kyle Busch in the number 18 Toyota in the Cup Series. They were trying to work through issues with him. Joe Gibbs said, "When unpleasant things happen, and certainly nobody wanted that to happen, now there are repercussions." The two of them were still in the midst of that process, but Ty has already begun walking through it. What happened then was in the midst of the fiercest fighting of the war. Currently, everything is happening. Quite a bit of action was taking place. The scenario was complicated by the fact that Jones has no incentive to help Gibbs win the title because he is leaving JGR after the race to drive for Junior Motorsports next season. In spite, he might even help his future JRM colleagues undermine his chances of winning the championship. Chris Bell is a big sponsor at JGR, and Jones' father, JR, is the executive chairman of Rheem, which is a major sponsor of Jones. Bell will compete for the Cup Championship, and Rheem has shown no signs that management will punish the team for Jones' dismal departure. Teenage race car racer Ty Gibbs has made quite a name for himself. He has a 10-50 record in NASCAR, with his first victory coming in 2021. Last year, he won the ARCA Championship, and since July he's also been filling in for Kurt Busch, who suffered a concussion in the Cup Series. The race for the Xfinity title was the day before Gibbs makes his 16th start in a Cup car. However, Gibbs has also been an aggressive driver, using the word dirty on the place to characterize some of his on-track activities. and has been criticized for many incidents prior to Martinsville. On pit road, Gibbs got into it with Sam Mayer, and while still wearing his helmet, Gibbs started punching Mayer. Also, Gibbs was hit with a $75,000 fine by NASCAR after he nearly crashed into pit crew members while competing in the Cup Series. Coy Gibbs' son Ty works with JGR, where his father holds the position of vice chairman. Despite the disappointing Martinsville race, Coy Gibbs still stood by his son. The father said, "Hey, see, he's my kid. It's nice that he's so aggressive. Sometimes, though, it's necessary to take a step back. We need to take a step back here," Coy Gibbs remarked. He had a conversation with him and tried to explain to him that his actions would have repercussions for Toyota and the rest of the companies with which they work. There's a good chance you didn't give those a second thought at the time, but he was glad that they mentioned them so he can talk to him about them. Even more so now that he is set to compete in the more challenging Cup Series next year, Gibbs has a long way to go before he can reverse the impression that has been formed of him. Even though he may have been feeling down on himself after, he is well aware that he must gain the respect of his competitors and JGR colleagues by proving himself on the track. The hardest work is ahead of him, but he must face the truth that he made a mistake. He made this week difficult for himself, and it didn't have to be this way. Moreover, it's very painful for him because his entire family roots in this squad. He feels all of their pain and rage. He had played through the possible outcomes in his mind countless times. He would have done it over in a heartbeat if he had the chance. Well, viewers, do you think that this epiphany will aid him in his next competitions? Do let us know in the comments down below. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for further updates. It was speculated that Martin Truex Jr. might retire before the start of the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series season. In response, he signed a contract extension with Joe Gibbs Racing that would keep him driving the 19 Toyota through at least the 2022 season. After the dissolution of the Joe Gibbs Racing-affiliated Furniture Row Racing, Truex will race for the team for the fourth time in 2022. His contract terms were never made public, so when the off-season antics continued earlier, further speculation emerged regarding the future of the 42-year-old native of Marietta, New Jersey. Ultimately, Truex put an end to the retirement speculations by declaring that he will be staying on with Joe Gibbs Racing for another season in 2023. He claimed he didn't have anything to announce regarding 2024 at this time, and that it took him 6 months to get to this conclusion. A driver who had finished in the top 2 in the championship 4 times in the previous 5 seasons, including the 2017 title, and who had won at least 4 races in 5 of the previous 6 seasons, failed to make the playoffs in 2022 for the first time since 2014. He didn't have a single top 3 result all season, despite ending the regular season in a solid 4th place in the point standings. Could he opt to retire if the same thing happens again next year? The timing is right for Joe Gibbs to replace Truex in 2024 after Ty Gibbs has had 2 years in the Xfinity Series. But suppose Truex isn't quite ready to hang up his boots by then? The most likely scenario is promoting Gibbs to the Cup Series sooner rather than later. A lot of questions are maybe coming to your mind, but we want your thoughts on this. Please let us know in the comment section below. We hope that the video was entertaining. We will come up with more of these interesting videos, but without your support, nothing can be done. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated.